We have mentioned water cycle and mentioned evaporation, precipitation. Of course, precipitation includes snow and ice and hail and everything. And yet, we haven't mentioned some important things that only about 3% of the world's water is in fresh form, which is, of course, locked up in glaciers and sea ice and in the rivers, in lakes, even in soil as soil moisture and so on. Over 97% or almost 97% of it is in the ocean, which is very salty and cannot be consumed directly, but of course we can desalinate it. But then we have to also worry about how the water moves around. It's easy to say it evaporates from the ocean, becomes clouds, and drops as rain on land, but almost 86-87% of that evaporated water from the ocean falls back on the oceans, and only a small part of it comes onto land. And then the rain that falls on land goes into rivers, into groundwater, which is below the surface. And glaciers, of course, can last for a long time, tens of thousands of years. So we need to also understand how long water stays in one place or the other. If you just imagine that someday you're going to build a little robot that's going to follow one tiny particle of water around, then we have approximately estimated the time of water molecule in its journey around is about 8 to 10 days. So if it evaporates and becomes a cloud and rains, or gets taken up by a plant and then evapotranspirates, which means it comes out of the water as a loss, or it leaves breathe and so on. So all these things of water fluxes, rates of flow, it's like you turn on a tap, how much water is coming out per minute and what is the area. So these are called fluxes, and when they stay somewhere we call that residence time. And all these things matter, because if we keep taking out groundwater for irrigation and other uses, how long does it take for it to recharge that groundwater? It takes a very long time. So you have to be careful with water, right? So in this list of podcasts, in this chapter, we worry about water, where it goes and how long it stays there, etc. So it's a little bit beyond water cycle. Okay.